What if I told you that the most elite fighting force on the planet builds unbreakable bodies with almost no equipment at all? No machines, no cables, no gym. In this video, I will show you the 5 bodyweight exercises Navy SEAL candidates use as the foundation of the hardest training in the world, exactly how to do each one, and how to make each one easier or harder no matter what level you are starting from. These are not random exercises. Each one was chosen because it builds strength you can actually use, strength to push, pull, carry, and move. And stay until the end, because exercise number 5 is one almost no civilian has ever seen, and instructors call it a complete workout hidden inside a single movement. Let's start with an exercise you will find on every military training ground, and one that has quietly disappeared from most people's routines: the dip. SEAL candidates perform dips constantly, on parallel bars, on the obstacle course, anywhere 2 sturdy surfaces exist. And there is a reason instructors love it. Strength coaches call the dip the upper body squat because no other bodyweight exercise loads your chest, shoulders, and triceps with your entire body weight at once. If you have been doing endless repetitions of easier pressing exercises and wondering why your strength stopped growing, this is the missing piece. Now, here is what almost nobody teaches about the dip. You can change what it builds simply by changing the angle of your torso. Stay perfectly upright, and the work pours into your triceps, the muscle that makes up most of your upper arm. Lean your torso slightly forward, and the emphasis shifts into your chest. 2 exercises in one, and you decide which one you are doing on every repetition. Let's walk through the form. Grip 2 parallel bars, or 2 sturdy chair backs, or the corner of a kitchen counter, and press yourself up to straight arms. Before you lower down, do this one critical thing. Push your shoulders down, away from your ears. This locks your shoulder blades into a safe, strong position. Then bend your elbows and lower yourself under control until your upper arms are about parallel to the floor. Do not dive deeper than that until your shoulders have built the strength for it. Press back up to full lockout, elbows pointing back, body tight and still. If a full dip is too hard today, you have options. Start with support holds, simply holding yourself at the top for 10 to 20 seconds, building the stability every dip depends on. Then move to negatives. Start at the top and lower yourself as slowly as you can, 5 seconds down, and step back up. You can also loop a resistance band over the bars under your knees to take part of your weight. Already strong? Slow every repetition to a 3-second descent. Add a pause at the bottom, or wear a backpack with a few books inside. And the real-world payoff is bigger than people think. The dip trains the exact pressing pattern you use to push yourself up out of a chair, out of a pool, or up off the floor. That is strength you will be grateful for at every age. The dip, then, is exactly what the coaches call it: your upper body squat. 1 movement, your whole body weight, and 2 muscle groups you control with a simple lean. Next up, the exercise SEAL instructors use to separate the strong from the truly strong. If the dip is your pressing foundation, the pull-up is the judge. There is a reason every serious military selection tests it. The pull-up cannot be faked. Either you can lift your entire body with your back, arms, and grip, or you cannot, and that is exactly why it builds strength so fast. And yet, the pull-up is not really an arm exercise. It does not even start with your arms. A proper pull-up starts with your shoulder blades. Watch a strong candidate on the bar and you will see it. From a full dead hang, the first movement is the shoulder blades pulling down and back, and only then do the elbows bend. This one detail protects your shoulders, activates the big muscles of your back, and can add repetitions almost overnight for anyone who has been pulling with their arms alone. The standard looks like this. Grab the bar just outside shoulder width, palms facing forward. Start from a complete dead hang, arms fully straight. Pull your shoulder blades down first, then drive your elbows toward your ribs until your chin clears the bar. Lower yourself under control all the way back to straight arms. No kicking, no swinging. In selection, candidates are expected to manage around 10 strict repetitions, and strong applicants do 20. If you cannot do a single pull-up yet, that is completely fine, because the path there is simple. Step 1, dead hangs, just holding the bar, building your grip. Step 2, negatives. Jump or step up so your chin is over the bar. Then take 5 full seconds to lower yourself back down. Step 3, band-assisted or foot-supported pull-ups. Do this 3 times a week, and your first full pull-up is closer than you think. Already strong? Add a pause at the top, or aim to pull your chest, not just your chin, toward the bar. One more benefit that surprises people: grip. During training, the grip is often the first thing to fail, long before the back gives out, which is why every second on the bar is an investment. Strong hands carry over to everything you lift, hold, and carry in daily life, and the pull-up builds them automatically. The pull-up is the most honest exercise in the world, and honesty is exactly what makes you strong. Before we get to exercise number 3, one quick thing. A lot of you have asked how to turn these exercises into a real plan, what to do on which day, how many sets, and how to progress week after week. So I laid it all out for you in one place, from your very first repetition all the way to advanced strength. No guesswork, no searching through endless videos, and you can follow the whole thing from home. You download it once, and it is yours for life. Scan the QR code on the screen or use the first link in the description. Now back to training, because the next exercise is the one SEAL candidates fear the most. Ask anyone who has been through SEAL training which exercise broke them, and you will hear this answer again and again. Flutter kicks. On the surface, it looks easy. Lie on your back and kick your legs. But this simple movement builds something sit-ups never touch: the deep core endurance that holds your spine safe hour after hour. Whether you are carrying a pack, carrying groceries, or carrying your kids. Here is the detail that makes Flutter Kicks work, and it is the part everyone misses. Before your legs ever move, your lower back must press gently toward the floor. Lie down, place your hands under your hips or flat beside you, and tilt your pelvis so the gap under your lower back closes. That press is the entire exercise. It forces your deep abdominal muscles to stabilize your spine while your legs create chaos. Lose the press, let your lower back arch off the floor, and the work dumps straight into your hip flexors and spine instead of your abs. Now the movement. Lift both legs about a hand's width off the ground, keep them almost straight, and kick them up and down in small, controlled, alternating movements. In SEAL training, Flutter Kicks are counted in cadence. 4 kicks equal 1 repetition, and candidates perform them by the 100. You do not need hundreds. Start with 20 seconds, rest, and repeat for 3 rounds. Build toward 1 full minute without stopping. Lower back press down the entire time. Too hard? Bend your knees slightly and raise your legs higher. The closer to vertical, the easier it gets. Too easy? Lower your legs closer to the floor, slow the kicks, and add time. That single adjustment, leg height, gives you a lifetime of progression in one exercise. Why does this matter outside of training? Because almost all real-world back injuries happen when your spine moves while it is supposed to stay still. Flutter Kicks train exactly that skill, a spine that holds steady while your limbs work. That is why this exercise shows up in military training on every continent. The lesson: strong abs are not built by bending your spine. They are built by refusing to let it move. Next, we head to the biggest muscles in your body. Exercise number 4 is the air squat. And before you roll your eyes, understand this. SEAL candidates perform thousands of them, and there is a reason the simplest leg exercise there is remains the backbone of SEAL conditioning. Your legs contain the largest muscles in your body. Train them, and everything changes. Your strength, your endurance, your balance, even your resting energy, because big muscles burn fuel all day long. But the SEAL air squat is stricter than what you see in most gyms, so pay close attention to the details. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart, toes turned slightly out. Reach your arms straight out in front of you for balance. Now push your hips back first, as if you were about to sit down on a low bench. Then bend your knees and lower down until your thighs are at least parallel to the floor. Keep your heels glued to the ground and your chest proud. Drive back up through your heels and squeeze your glutes at the top. If your heels lift or your knees collapse inward, the repetition does not count. The magic of the air squat is not intensity, it is volume spread through the day. Instructors call this building work capacity, and you can steal the method. Instead of one exhausting session, perform small sets of 10 to 15 squats several times a day, when you wake up, before meals, during breaks. 20 here, 15 there. And suddenly, you have done 100 squats without ever feeling destroyed. Do this daily, and within a month, stairs feel flatter, hikes feel shorter, and standing up from any seat becomes effortless. Beginners, squat down to a chair or box, touch it lightly, and stand back up. Advanced, slow the descent to 3 seconds, add a jump at the top, or work towards single leg variations. And that is the quiet truth about strong legs. They are as close to a superpower as everyday life gets, and they cost you nothing but repetitions. Which brings us, at last, to number 5. Here it is. The exercise SEAL instructors treat as a complete workout hidden inside one movement, the 8-count bodybuilder. Civilians know its little brother, the burpee. But the 8-count bodybuilder is the original military version. Older, stricter, and far more complete. And once you learn it, you will understand why candidates perform it in the sand, in the surf, and in their nightmares. It is called the 8-count because the movement has 8 strict positions, counted out loud. Count 1, squat down and place your hands on the floor. Count 2, jump both feet back into a perfect plank. Count 3, lower your chest to the floor in a push-up. Count 4, press back up to the plank. Count 5, jump both feet apart like a jumping jack on the ground. Count 6, snap them back together. Count 7, jump your feet forward to your hands. Count 8, stand or jump up tall. That is 1 repetition. Look at what just happened in those 8 counts. A squat, a plank, a push-up, core stability, hip work, a jump, legs, chest, shoulders, abs, and lungs, all taxed in a few seconds. That is why it has earned its reputation. Nothing is left out, and there is nowhere to hide. Start with just 5 slow, perfect repetitions, resting as needed. Build toward 3 rounds of 10. If the push-up in the middle is too much, drop your knees for that count only. If the jumps are too much, step your feet back and forward instead. Advanced? Set a timer and perform 1 repetition every 30 seconds for 10 minutes. A format very close to the real thing. One warning before we move on. Never let fatigue destroy your form. When your plank sags or your movement turns shallow, stop, rest, and come back, because sloppy repetitions build nothing except bad habits. So when you have no time, no equipment, and no excuses, the 8-count bodybuilder is an entire training session standing by in your living room. Train 3 days a week, with a rest day between sessions. Start with dips or their progressions. 3 sets of as many clean repetitions as you can, while leaving 2 in reserve. Move to the bar for pull-ups or their progressions. 3 sets. Then Flutter Kicks, 3 rounds of 20 to 60 seconds. Follow with air squats, 3 sets of 15 to 20, and sprinkle extra small sets through your day. Finish with the 8-count bodybuilder, 5 to 10 repetitions, building over the weeks. Total time, about 20 minutes. Do this consistently for 8 weeks, and you will not just look stronger. You will be stronger, everywhere it counts. You do not need a gym membership, machines, or perfect conditions. Some of the toughest people alive built their foundation with the 5 exercises you just learned, and every single one is waiting for you on the floor of your own home. If this video gave you value, share it with a friend who keeps saying they have no time to train, hit subscribe so you do not miss what comes next, and tell me in the comments which of these 5 you are starting with today, and how many repetitions you managed. Train hard, stay consistent, and I will see you in the next video.